Hello soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new to this channel, you're welcome. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to cut and also how to sew this beautiful bubu gown with a fringe design and a tassel design. So if this is something you're interested in, please like this video, drop a lovely comment, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. So for this bubu, you will need 2 to 3 yards of your fabric. You will need your fringe, about 2.5 yards of fringe, and you will need just one tassel. So for this fringe, it is very important to measure the length of your fringe. So the length of my fringe here is about 14 inches, so 14 to 15 inches. So I will deduct it from my bubu length, so for me to know the length of the kampala I will be cutting. So this is my kampala fabric and I folded it into 4. So I have 2.5 yards here. So I folded it into 4. That is, I'm cutting the back and the front together. So like I said, my bubu length is 55 inches. The fringe is 14 inches. So when you deduct this, you have 41 inches. So now the length of this kampala I will be cutting will be 41 inches. So at this part here, just measure your shoulder measurement divided by 2. So for me, the remaining part here will be for my sleeve. So I have about 12 inches here, and for that 12 inches the sleeve will be 11 inches and the remaining 1 inch will be for the hemming. So now at this point here, I will just go down by 1.5 inches, then I will just like make a shoulder slope, like a slope at this area. So the next thing you will do now is to measure your sleeve opening. So for my opening, I want it to be 10 inches. Then I'll be adding 1.5 inches, 1 inches for the joining at the side and half inch for the joining at the shoulder area. So altogether, I'll be measuring 11.5 inches at this area. So you just roll a straight line here. Yes, you roll a straight line there. So the next thing now is to measure your bust length with your half inches. So my bust length is about 11 inches and the half inches I'll be adding is for the joining at the shoulder area. So now you go ahead and measure your bust measurement divided by 4. So your bust divided by 4. Then now you add your ease allowance depending on how wide you want your bubu to be. So you add your ease allowance. So I'll be adding ease allowance of about 4 to 5 inches. You can add more if you want. So after the ease allowance, you go ahead and now add your sewing allowance. That is the joining allowance of the side. So I'm just adding 1 inch for the joining allowance of the side. So it should be 1 inch, please. I extended the ease allowance, that's why it's more than 1 inch. So my ease allowance altogether is about 5, then joining allowance 1 inch. So everything I have at the bust area, I will just go ahead and transfer it downward to the end of the gown. So after you are done, you just roll a straight line connecting the points you've measured. And at this point here, you just try and blend it in. So you blend it in like this. So now for the length of the gown, we are working with length 41 inches. So you measure your 41 inches here. So you measure your 41 inches, then there will be your hemming allowance of 2 inches, then the remaining one here will be cutting it away. So the gown length with hemming allowance of 2 inches. You can add hemming allowance of 1 inch. You can add hemming allowance of 1 inch and it will be very okay. But I added 2 inches here. So now I'm trying to connect this line downward. So that was what I did, and the next thing to do now is just to cut my fabric. Is to cut what I've measured on my fabric. Please guys, if you haven't liked this video, please just click on the like button. Thank you. So for the neckline here, I'm using 2 by 3.5 inches. So this will be for the back neckline. So when I remove one of these, I will reshape the front neckline. So this is for the back and it is 2 by 3.5 inches. So you remove one part here. So that will be for the back. So the one left now is for the front. So let's reshape the neckline. So since this is a V neckline, I will be measuring about 8 inches. I'll be using 8 inches. Please, you can use whatsoever you like. You can use 7, 6, or you can just use 9, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. But I use 8 inches, and this is a V neckline, as you can see. So this is what we have. So for this neckline, I'll be cutting a facing. So I don't have much fabric. That's why this fabric is like this. So I'll be cutting a facing just for me to be able to turn the neckline. So this is what my facing will be. It is a very small facing and it will be outside. The facing will be placed outside the fabric, that is, it will be at the front. So I'm just measuring about 2 to 2.5 inches here. Then I'll just cut. As you can see, I left small space there. This is because I'll be joining my fabric, because my fabric is a join fabric. So I'll be joining it with that small, not up to ½ inch I left. So now just go ahead and just do the wideness of your choice. You can make it bigger or you can make it the same size like mine. So this is 2 inches. Then I'll just connect it like this. So after connecting it like this, I noticed that my fabric will not be enough, or the length is not enough. So I try to work around it just to make it have this V-neck line, like to have this V shape, because rolling that line downwards, it can't give me a V shape. So I just try to make a V shape at this area. So that was what I tried to do, and that was what I did. So now I'll be cutting this out. So this is what I have. So I will join at that side, then I will add my facing too, so you will see what I did very soon. So this is what I did. I joined this part here, then I added stay to this just to thicken the fabric. Then I folded it with 1/4 inches at the edge, so that when I just place it on this like this, I will just sew direct. So that's why I folded it in. So for me to be able to put my tassel, I have to just make this facing. So now this facing is facing the table, then I place my fabric like this on it. So when you are done sewing, you notch this middle of the V neckline so that it can flip well, so that when you are flipping it, it will turn out well, and you can just reduce your sewing at that part. So now I turn this out like this. After turning it out, I will give it a good press, and before I start sewing, I'll put this tassel in between at the edge of this V neckline. I'll pin it down, then I'll go ahead and just sew. So you have to be very careful when you are sewing, so your sewing is neat, and make sure you capture this tassel so that it doesn't remove. So for the back neckline, I just went ahead to use the bias tape to turn it. Then I will be joining the shoulder area. I'll go ahead and join the shoulder area. So after joining the shoulder area, I've also hemmed the sleeve opening. Then I've went ahead to also join the side, and I've hemmed the lower part. So the next thing to do is to just fix my fringe. So you can either place the fringe outside or you place it inside. So for me, I want it to be inside. I don't like it outside, but sometimes it's always cool outside. But for this outfit, I don't know, I just feel it should be inside, not outside. So I place the fringe inside. So for you to know the measurement of the fringe you need, so for this opening, you just have to measure it. Then I bought 2.5 yards, so, and it was enough for me. 2.5 yards was enough. 2 was even enough. So I just sew it again on it just to make it very full. So this is what the gown looks like, and it came out beautiful and perfect. It came out very fine, very perfect. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I drop another video. Bye.